Boom, how's it going, man? So in this video today, I'm literally going to tell you guys a little bit about a brief Anki journey from when I started studying Japanese all the way to now, all the things that I've learned about Anki and how I've constantly tried to improve the process as I've been learning. So let's kick off to it. So as you can see, this screen, I've just got my Anki open. So the normal decks I use on a day-to-day basis is my Akebi, my sentence mining, and my Chukuei Ko Goi deck. So that's just a deck for Chukuei Ko, which is a textbook. So the first deck, what I used was this deck called Minano Nihongo 1, so 1 vocabulary complete. So I was mostly just focusing on vocabulary at the get-go. So this vocab deck is very simple. You've got the English at the front and you've got the Japanese at the back, and some of the cards had audio, and I didn't really understand what the hard, the good and the easy button did. So I just kept on pressing good, and I did around 10 of these cards a day, and I capped it to 10 reviews a day. So I just went through a couple of these, Sakura, Cherry Blossom, and etc. That was one of the first decks I did as I was studying through Minano Nihongo. So a very interesting situation happened. That when I was in the library studying at first, I met this cool person. We were talking a little bit about Japanese. I was studying Japanese in a university, and they told me, hey dude, I've got this cool site that I use for learning Japanese, and it's called Memrise. And I was like, okay, let's check out this Memrise. So Memrise is kind of similar to Anki. It uses, the SRS system, so spatial repetition system. But how it differs is that it makes it more into a game compared to Anki. As you can see, Memrise is quite colourful. It allows you to do different things, not just hardcore kind of grind it into your head. So this is one of the first ones I did when I was struggling with grammar, so just Minano grammar. So I'll do a lot of these different decks in order to improve my grammar, and I saw some noticeable differences in my grammar after a while. So after Minano 1, I went back to Anki, and I went on to Minano Nihongo 2, so Minano Nihongo 2 vocabulary right after. And with Minano Nihongo 2 vocabulary, it's a similar thing to Minano Nihongo 1. We have the front, English, back, Japanese, and some of them had audio and some of them didn't. After this decks, I didn't use Anki for a while, as I was just going through my textbook, making sure to just learn things from class. So I used Memrise again when it came up to my N4 exam, but I only used it for vocab only. I used some grammar books and some other N4 books in order to study a lot more. After that, I was just like, okay, cool. What is next? How am I going to get a bit serious about everything? Around that time, I watched a lot of videos from a user named MattVsJapan, and also watched lots of videos from the username BritVsJapan, as well as NukeMarine, and a few other people within that community. And I started to realize that, my method was somewhat flawed, and I wasn't using Anki properly. Because mostly I was just going through cards, and I was just like, good, I get it, man, I get it, sort of thing, right? But I wasn't really learning it, because when I did keep pressing good, the intervals would get further and further, and I'll never really punish myself when I didn't really understand something. I'll just look at it after, it'll come up and be like, oh yeah, I sort of knew that anyway, and I didn't really go a bit deep into it. So how things changed after that is that I watched this one user named NukeMarine, and then they recommended this book called the Tango book, right? And the Tango book is pretty interesting because how it introduces vocabulary is it does it in a I+1 manner. So essentially, each sentence, there's one word you don't know, basically. And each sentence after that kind of compound on what you've learned previously. So it keeps you using content you've already learned while introducing new elements that you don't know, so you can incrementally learn. So that was really interesting. So Tango is literally just a book, and there's 5 of them from N5 all the way up to N1. People recommend just do the first 2 Tango books, but I was already past the N5 and the N4 time with that. So I was just trying to, go through these decks. I didn't really care too much about learning these properly because doing 22 a day. So it came to a point where I started to do 50 a day, and I just didn't really learn much simply because I knew the Tango books was for the long haul, and I wasn't really interested in that. I was interested in doing things a little bit different. I was trying to find a way to do this which is the most efficient, and I don't feel stressed. So I gave up this method as I was using, more I was on Anki for 1-2 hours a day, And I was like, okay, look, this is a bit too much. We're cramming, we're not learning, and I felt like this wasn't the sort of Japanese which I wanted to learn at this point. After Tango, started doing like Mino no Nihongo example sentences from book 1 and book 2, and I kind of just rushed through these really quickly, doing like 50 cards a day as well. So it's just rushing through them super quickly, and just to refresh my memory, because I kind of understood all of these, and I just wanted a quick refresher. So for example, 今日は子供の誕生日ですから早くに帰ります。Simple. So yeah, I started doing a bunch of sentences like that, and then after I just grinded all of those, I was just kind of burnt out a little bit more. So I was just thinking, okay, cool, like man's burnt out, let's just stop doing this for a little bit and find a new method which will work for us. So I did that for Mino no Nihongo 1 and Mino no Nihongo Me, all these cards and audio, so this video is known, so things and stuff like that. So then after all of this, I just decided, okay, let's just kick the bucket and start doing some sentence mining. And sentence mining is essentially you go through a source, what you choose. It could just be anything you enjoy, whether it's just drama, anime, like whatever. But the whole point of it is create an experience that will allow you to constantly learn things which are relevant to you through a sentence kind of manner. So let me just walk you through kind of, what sentence mining is. This is the manual way. There's a more automatic way which exists using a plugin called Morphman, but the manual sentence mining way is like this. So I have a deck called a new game, right? Let's just click study now. Strange, isn't that strange? That kind of thing. You'd be like, okay, I know that. So I'll delete this card. So essentially what you want to do with the sentence mining methods is any cards you don't understand, you'd want to suspend them. So you can either suspend them by going to browse, clicking the card that you're currently doing, and then click this button, right, to suspend. Or you can just click shift and then 1, right? And this card, you know, this is a pasokan, pasokan ga kawaretara, どうするんだよ? So, okay, I know that, so I'm going to delete this card. And whatever cards you suspend, you kind of just have to go here, click your current deck, look at the cards you suspended, and then you unsuspend them, and simply just move them to your main sentence mining deck. Move. And then you'll go back, and you'll go into sentence mining deck. Let's just say I wanted to add 1 new card to this. Limit by 1 card. So I've got 1 new card now, just to show you what I mean. So in this case, you'd like to see how many elements you don't understand. If there's more than 1 element in the sentence you don't understand, you'd also want to suspend that. And if there's only 1 element you understand, you want to keep it. So this kind of effect essentially just compounds into an effect where you are only focusing on 1 thing you don't understand, and it slowly compounds into a form where you're able to understand these sentences where you didn't understand. So you just want to keep going through that. And essentially I did this method for 3 months using the anime New Game. What I did is I also used the manga as reference material for my active reading immersion, and just through 6 episodes of flashcards I was able to understand most of the content in New Game. So just through doing that method I was able to memorize the kanji reading as well as a lot of new vocabulary. Fair enough, there were some things where I didn't understand, but definitely with this method it helped a lot. Go ahead. Second ground. So I'll be out. Cool, that's what it means. Click E for edit. Paste this. Boom. E to style keep. There we go. So yeah, we just got a card and we learned 1 new thing. Because Mozuku, that's like the cat's name, and the only thing we didn't know was, Kigoe, right? And we only want to focus on cards where we only don't know 1 thing. And if we don't know more than 1 thing, we'll want to suspend that card and we'll come back to it another time. But one thing which really got me with Anki is that I didn't quite know how the modifiers worked and how to use my Anki properly, because supposedly you would only want to use 2 of the buttons. You'd only want to use the good button or the again button. So if you remember something, then you'd want to click the good button. So in this case, we make you go away. We just learned it, so I'll click the good button. Spacebar is a shortcut for the good button. And then it'll come up again, and then let's just say I didn't understand, then I'll only click the again button, and it's the 1 key as a shortcut for that. And then each time it comes up, if you keep forgetting it, just keep clicking again, until it slams into your memory. You're like, okay, I got it, good. And that's usually how I just use Anki in terms of sentence mining. So that's one way I use it, so that's cool, can do that deck. And then the Akibi deck is a really interesting one. I got this one mobile app, and it's called Akibi, right? And with this mobile app, I am able to search things in the dictionary, and words what I don't understand, I can instantly add them to Anki. So instead of making a new card and adding in all the details, you can just do it automatically from pressing the button in the dictionary. It's a real easy way to automatically just add things in that, new words that you hear just randomly from games, anime, TV shows, friends, just wherever, right? So I'll just do this in a similar manner to like I was saying before. So, multiple key solution riddle. Let's just go through a couple of these. Chikoi. How's Chikoi? Very small, okay. I think that's what for my artists, Chikoi, when they reference Ed.
僕じゃなくて。え？あっちに近いの?
And that's usually how I use Anki on a daily basis. I also use this deck called Chukueiko, and with the Chukueiko deck, I actually made it myself using a spreadsheet. I'm probably going to make a tutorial soon in the future surrounding me showing you how to make Anki decks through spreadsheets, but probably not now. This is a simple deck from my textbook, and I've got a hover on for the Hanji really. So that's Gaishoku Suzuki out, and it's a similar thing with this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's how I use Anki nowadays. So I use my sentence mining deck, my Chukueiko deck, and my Anki deck. So yeah, that's basically my journey of Anki. And as you can see, I've used it for 158 days. I think I had around around 3 days off in my whole 1 year AJAT journey, but even in those days off I was doing Japanese activity like watching anime or speak to friends on Hello Talk or some kind of activity which involved being in contact with the language. So yeah, that's kind of how I use Anki, and I hope this helped.